everyone. It's been quite a while since I've done any video or anything, so this feels a little bit awkward, but also exciting to be back. So I wanted to start a YouTube channel to kind of talk about all of the crazy things that are going on in my brain all the time. If you've been following me at all, you know that my brain is just like a monkey with a cymbal 24/7. And I guess I wanted to share that with all of you. I don't know why. I don't know why anyone would watch this channel. I don't know if you'll get anything of value out of it. But ta-da! Here I am spilling coffee on myself. Gross. Anyway, so what I thought would be really fun to talk about is all of my terrible travel experiences, because I've had so many of them. And so many really great ones, but a lot of really terrible ones. So let's start with one of my favorite terrible travel experiences. Actually, you know what? No, let's start with one of the funniest travel experiences. So a few years ago, I was in France traveling around, and I had a lot to drink. I was really, really drunk. And we were by the river, the Seine River. Do I know how to pronounce these things? No, I do not. I'll work on that. I do need to take French. And I noticed a cruise ship. And so I'm in high heels and a leather skirt, like a leather mini skirt and high heels and a t-shirt. And I start climbing up this wall, like I'm fully scaling a wall in this outfit, just like butt cheeks everywhere, you know, locals passing by, like yelling at me in French that I'm going to die. I mean, I have no idea what they're actually saying, but like I assume that that's what they were saying. I'm hoping that's what they were saying. And I finally get over the other side of the wall, and there's like another wall. And I yell at the ship in English, because as we've covered, I don't speak French. And I'm like, hey, how much to come on the cruise? And they're like, you can't come on the cruise. Like there were a bunch of people. The ship was docked for the night, so there were no tourists on it. There were no travelers on it. It was basically just the captain and the crew, and they were sitting out on the deck playing cards or whatever. And I start screaming, hey, how much for the cruise? And they're like, you can't, it's booked. And I don't know why, but I really needed to get on a ship at this point. So my boyfriend at the time was like, you need to like let it go. You're not getting on the ship. And I was convinced that he was wrong. So I just started walking along the fence with like my hand up like this, going, yoo-hoo, 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 for like a half hour. Finally, the captain of the ship looked like he was ready to murder me. Just like stands up, hands on hips, and like stomps over and yells, oh my God, fine, come on. And so I crawl over the other wall, again in the mini skirt and the high heels, and I go running like down the pier or whatever it's called, you know, the like wooden ramp that goes out to the boat. And I like jump on the boat, cruise ship, whatever. I'm so happy. And they're all sitting there just kind of looking at me, and they're like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, American twat. Sit down. They don't say any of this. They're just like, okay, you're on the ship. What would you like to do? And they were playing cards. So I was like, cards. So I sit down with my boyfriend and we're playing cards. And after like a half hour of this, we're laughing with the crew, and the captain is sharing stories about his family and how he ended up, you know, captaining a cruise ship. And yeah, it was super fun. I don't know. We ended up really connecting with them. And, you know, they went and grabbed us some beers, and we were there until like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, just playing cards. And they, you know, they were like showing us pictures of their kids at that point. And, you know, before the end of the night, I was like super tired, starting to sober up. And I was like, we gotta go. Thanks so much for like hanging out. And the captain was like, we actually have a couple of empty rooms. If you guys want one of them, we'll like cruise you down the French Riviera. And unfortunately, we already had our hotels and stuff booked, and we were doing Arles, France. This was in Arles, and a few other cute like beachside cities. So unfortunately, we couldn't go, but it was a really good night. And telling you this story because I'm encouraging you to be your wildest and funnest self when you travel, but never an asshole. Please don't be one of those tourists that's like a dick to locals and irritating everybody. I mean, irritate them, but like in a cute, fun way, not like in an insulting, annoying way. I guess I am annoying, but adorably so. I don't know why I just did that. Anyway, share your favorite / worst travel stories below, because I want to hear them. And I want to see if we can outdo each other in the world of travel weird. I also have a pretty terrible, actually recently, I just came back from LA. I went there for a concert with a friend, and we went to see a K-pop band. And it was a really great trip overall. It was super fun. The concert was really great. They're excellent performers. Of course they are, because that's, you know, like if K-pop is anything, it's intense. Like they make sure that everybody is perfect at everything that they do. And this particular group works really hard. So went to the show. It was amazing. Stayed at a hotel. Hotel was not amazing. It was like a boutique hotel in downtown LA. Terrible decision. We'll never do that again. The hotel was like the size of the bedroom was the size of a shoebox. The bathroom was almost non-existent. It was very cramped and weird. Not a fan. They did have really good coffee and good cocktails though, so A+ for that. And one night, oh, actually, this is kind of a similar story. One night, we went to dinner, my friend and I, and we wanted to go out. And we didn't know where to go. Somebody who lives nearby told us to go to this like rooftop bar, but they're like, you probably can't get in. Like you need a reservation, and you need a reservation like far in advance. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, fuck it. Let's just go check it out anyway. I'm tired. So we decided to go and check it out anyway, because it wasn't that far from our like shoebox hotel. So we get to this hotel. We're like riding the elevator up and down. We can't figure out like how to get to it. Apparently you have to get out and like take these like swirly stairs up. And we couldn't figure it out. So we're just like going up and down in the elevator. And this man gets on with all of these women. He's with like 4 or 5 women. And I'm just pushing all of the buttons. I mean, not like in a crazy way, but just like trying to figure out how to get, maybe in a crazy way, trying to figure out how to get up to like where we're supposed to go. And the guy is like, do you need help figuring out where to go? And I said, well, we're trying to get to the rooftop bar and I don't know which button to push. I don't know how to get up there. And also they're probably not going to let us in because we don't have a reservation. Wah, wah. And the man goes, oh, well, we have a table just right up with us and you can walk in with us. And we were like, what the fuck? Yes. So he takes us up to this floor and then we take the swirly stairs, walks up to the front and he's like, yeah, I have a table. Also, he was like Mr. Moneybags. He's just like tipping everybody, just money everywhere, just 20s, just throwing him. I have no idea who this man is, just like throwing money at everybody. People like look at him and he just like throwing wadded money at them. It felt like we were just, you know, the whole world was a strip club, just fucking money flying out of this man's pocket. And he's like, these people are with me and those ladies I've never met fucking ever are with me. I don't know what they're doing or how they've survived this long in life, but here they are and they're coming in with me. So then he, you know, goes to his table and we walk in and get some drinks and enjoy this gorgeous view of the city and leave. Like a couple hours later, we leave and we're walking around following like Google Maps or something back to our shoebox hotel. And something goes terribly wrong. I'm sure this has happened to you before, but Google just goes insane and loses its mind and cannot figure out where you're going or like what direction you're supposed to be at any time. And so we're just walking in the middle of downtown LA. And we start out at like an okay place and then it just continuously gets weirder and weirder and darker and there's less streetlights and a lot of overpasses all of a sudden and weird sounds coming from various directions and traffic. And we take this turn following Google and we are walking through a houseless encampment. So just tents on either side of us. It's pitch black. We have no idea where we are. We walk through, no problem. Then kind of go up on the sidewalk and there's a puddle of blood. I mean, at least we assumed it was blood. There was like a tent that was vacant and then just blood. And I mean like a lot of blood, like murder scene amount of blood. And we're looking around, you know, we've had a few drinks. We're very confused and lost. It's dark. We hear groaning coming from like the underpass behind us. And we had to literally run and like leap over the top of like this like massive lake of blood to get to where Google was telling us to go, even though it was the wrong way and it was a fucking liar and just took us, you know, further and further away from where we were supposed to be. And it was slightly terrifying. And the woman behind us, there was a woman behind us walking probably 10 feet behind us, also probably lost on Google, who called the police or something. She like was taking pictures and then she got on her phone. So hopefully whatever happened, whatever person or creature lost that much blood, hopefully they were taken to a hospital or something. I don't know. I didn't see a body anywhere, which is kind of more concerning. Yeah, so that was another fun travel experience that was like being batshit, got gained entry into a place, then also for a minute thought we might die. I rarely travel anywhere and don't almost end up dead in a ditch. It just kind of happens. And I think part of that is I tend to just fly by the seat of my pants in every situation. Very chaotic, somehow productive in life, but very chaotic up here. Everything is a mess. And I'm very gung-ho about things. So I'm like, yes, to the rooftop hotel. Yes, onto the cruise ship. We're gonna fucking die. Finger guns. And sometimes things work out. Other times they don't. I can go on and on about all of the planes that I've missed and landing in different countries, realizing that like I have forgotten to book hotels and nearly being, without a place to stay in a foreign country where I don't speak the language. But you know what? Always an adventure, always super fun, and always something cool to talk about. So I say yes, like go for it. Just like, be wild and free, y'all. Have the best time. What else do you do in this life, right? Like, there's this idea that, I guess once you're not like a teenager anymore, you have to be, I don't know, dead inside, boring, a certain way. And certainly, you have to be responsible and take care of yourself and your friends and the people around you and your family. You have to like show up as a person. You have to take care of your mental health. You have to grow. Nobody wants to be around somebody who is, a fucking hot mess and not taking care of their shit and just kind of spewing their, trauma on everyone else. But you can do all of those things and still maintain like a sense of, I guess, wonder and curiosity, and still take risks and have fun, This is a crazy episode. I don't even know what I'm rambling about. I think next time I need to take notes and talk about a thing. Just telling weird travel stories, and maybe that's okay. Maybe it's boring. I don't really know. I'm just, again, chaotic, flying by the seat of my pants over here, and eventually I'll figure out like where this is going and what works. Thank you for watching, and have a lovely day, and do something fun today that you normally wouldn't do. Yeah, and then tell me about it.